Hey everybody, welcome to Actual Otters. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jackie.
And today we're going to be talking about the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and difficulty in video games. So, Jackie, why do you think these games appeal to people? Because in my mind, and I want to point out, guys, I purposely picked bad gameplay in the background of me dying a lot because I want to show you how hard this game is. And during my live stream, I was actually raging hard. I was blaming the game for all of my deaths. But I realized it wasn't really the game, it was my fault that I was dying, and I felt so good when I beat this level. So Jackie, what are your thoughts on this? Give me an overall thoughts first of all.
I think it's like half the challenge that it offers and the nostalgia view.
You think so?
Well, this game specifically, for the most part, challenging games they're addicting, especially when you make the accomplishments throughout the game. It's why they're so difficult in the first place.
I think I know, and I mean that's like you were saying about that, and that brings up a good point. A game like Dark Souls comes along randomly in an era where we get a lot of very easy games. Like I liked the Assassin's Creed games, like the Ezio ones. I didn't play a lot of the other ones, but I like the Ezio games. But let's be honest, those games you could play with your eyes closed. That's how easy they are. And a lot of older games that people are nostalgic for, a lot of games that people enjoy, they have one set difficulty. It's not multiple difficulties. Some games do have the multiple difficulties. Like I actually do like games where if you beat it on normal, which is already a challenge, and you get hard mode afterwards, as a secret thing, and then you get another ending. That's cool. But I think my favorite type of game, in all honesty, as much as I rage sometimes, my favorite type of game is the one with the one set difficulty that's balanced well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've all been there and done that. There's been that one boss in a video game that we'll fight, or a level that we've been stuck in, we beat it, and it's like, yeah, screw this level. You know what I'm talking about, though?
Well, not to interrupt you, but I think it's the whole genre, because games like Assassin's Creed seem like they lean more on the story side than the real gameplay side. It's cinematic, but from what I've seen, I've never actually played the Assassin's Creed games.
They do have a heavy story,
and
it's very convoluted.
And a lot of the older games, stuff that are tough, and people that or games that people speedrun, they have a story. Like Sonic the Hedgehog, it has a story, but it's not as heavily.
It's like a cartoony story,
It's more of the action and
Yeah, look at the three classic. I think the three classic Sonic the Hedgehog games had great difficulty. The original trilogy.
Yeah.
Those are great examples.
You don't really see a lot of character development being heavily focused on, or plot points being heavily focused on.
Yeah, because
this happens, then this happens.
Yeah, no, exactly. And the thing about that though, Jackie, and one thing that I really think is good about the Crash games is their difficulty.
Yeah.
And I know there's parts that seem like they're bullshit sometimes, and maybe a few of them were designed to be trial and error. But the more I played it, the more I respected the game for being like that. But holy shit, this game, game challenged me, guys. Crash 1, I'm kind of halfway done it right now, and I played a little bit of the sequels. Crash 1 really tests you, your skills.
Yeah.
You mess up one jump, you're dead. You mess up one attack, you're dead. You get one shot, and people weren't joking when they were saying it's the Dark Souls of platformers. Because honestly, this is some of the hardest platform I've ever done in a game, to be honest. It's it's one of those things that I respect it a lot. I haven't finished any of the three yet, but I'm going to at some point. Might not be for even a year or two, honestly, when I get the chance to. But I really did enjoy my time with it. And I'm still gonna play a little bit every night, occasionally here and there. But it's gonna take me a while to do it because of the difficulty. But I think that's great because when I finish these Crash games, Jackie, I'm gonna have a feeling of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about that. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Honestly, I've never played the Crash games when I was a kid, but I've played games that were similar to it, and either I just sucked at playing them, or they were mostly trial and error. And that's part of the fun of the game, because you find new things by working harder. It teaches you different ways to move around the map, whether it's fighting or different things to explore. You always have to keep an eye out, try everything, make sure you explore everything.
And that's the crazy thing, too, about Crash. I can't even imagine 100%ing it, because I can barely beat it the normal way. I give credit to those guys that, speedrun, the original Crash games, because, they're hard. People make them look easy when you watch live streams. I'm oh, this doesn't look too bad. You play it, it's wow, these games are tough. Very, very tough. And, like I was saying, I didn't mean to complain earlier and be oh, Crash 1 was glitchy. I think Crash 2 and 3, from what I played of them, fixed a lot of the issues with the first game. Great example of how sequels should be, though. Keep the core mechanics, but add some new ones that improve on the original formula.
What was the first game that's slippery? or was it just a bad
I
coding
actually
error?
don't remember. I know there was some edges that you had to jump perfectly. I mean, I'm not really great at it, to be honest. Like, everyone in the background's probably like, wow, this guy's awful at this game right now. But who knows, to tell you the truth.
'Cause I think they recreated it, not to interrupt you, sorry. I think they recreated it and updated it beautifully, you know?
I totally...
Besides the gameplay in the first one. That's a little slippery.
Do you know what I would have liked, actually, in the first Crash game? Not to interrupt either.
No, it's good.
You know in the second and third game where they added that little spin dash, like the little dashing? They should have added the gameplay, like the the mechanics they added in the second and 2 and 3 to the first one in the remake, like as an option, you know?
Yeah,
so you
as
could
an
play
option,
it in its
yeah.
original form, but if you wanted to play it with that, I thought that would have been good. But honestly, there's not too much to complain about, because $40 for 3 games, that's pretty good value for money. Completely redone games too, like they redid like the whole engine and stuff. They made it from scratch. Like, props to those guys that did it. And I think it's good that they brought Crash back, because people have been wanting him for years, and he was a gaming mascot that kind of just like died off. I mean, I'm sure you even don't. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about the guy till they announced that for a long time, because they just didn't make any games for him, you know? Did you even ever think about Crash Bandicoot?
Nah,
Not at all?
no.
And I'm hoping now, I mean, hopefully Spyro gets a remaster as well. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Do you like
I've heard.
Spyro?
I played a little bit of Spyro.
I know you like
Actually,
dragons a lot, so.
I played the worst one with my sister. It's when you're like basically handcuffed to each other, like 2 players. You can't just. Oh my gosh, you're fighting over that thing. It's awful.
You know, though, I think overall, and I mean, we pretty much got our points across. I think people like difficult games. The games with like easy mode, hard mode, and that stuff, I think are fine too. I think that's a good way of doing difficulty. But the games that have the set difficulty, I notice, get very well received by just gamers and stuff. People look at it and they're like, wow, this is cool. Like, there's a good balance here, and it's pretty satisfying always defeating that like really tough final boss, or sometimes the game is the really hard second to last boss. The last boss is kind of a pushover. It's a good feeling, and that's why games like Dark Souls are popular. All those titles, Crash Bandicoot, people love that kind of stuff. I like that kind of difficulty. And what are your thoughts, Jackie? Do you like difficult games or cakewalks?
Oh, easily difficult games, yeah.
See,
I
I'm
guess
like...
it does depend on the genre, though.
It does depend on the genre. Sometimes if I want a game that's if I want a game that's mindless and I want to turn my brain off, I'll go play Assassin's Creed, you know? Like, you know what, guys? That's the point of this video. Assassin's Creed is mindless. Alright, I think me and Jacqueline are done here for today. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I want to say I'm sorry for the lack of videos. We were away in Oregon. Beautiful out there, by the way, guys. Highly recommend you check it out. But we might have some videos on that coming out soon, too. We might take our vacation photos, just talk about it, because it's beautiful out there. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.